Master Jesus. Praise Master Jesus. God is a good God. God is awesome God, y'all.
Yes, He is.
In this video, I'm gonna do two dreams.
Yes.
Two dreams, but I'm gonna go into like this one right quick. In the dream, I saw that there was a like kind of a declaration for people to submit their guns, for people to give up their guns. But it was a lot of people that never agree on it. It was kind of a lot of chaos. And in that dream, I was saying they shouldn't have announced it. They shouldn't have said it because it was a lot of chaos. It was a lot of insane. Police people were trying to come in somebody's house picking up gun, and it wasn't going great. It wasn't going great. So they should never, ever, ever bring it up. What it's going to cause is going to be insane. All right? So, babe.
I get it.
You got something to say about it, or we should just...
No, I get it. I think they should leave people alone. They can't. We live in a world of freedom.
Yeah.
I don't think you should force nobody to do anything they don't want to do. That is a no-no.
Yeah.
It will be a straight up backlash. You know, we are adults. If someone own a gun in their home, I believe that people are adult enough to not gonna like I'm gonna use my gun to kill everybody. No, it's some good people out there who has guns, who hunt.
Yeah.
Not only that, it's they have they do a little fun things with it, and they hurt nobody. They're not hurting nobody. So yeah, I definitely agree with the Lord. I'm gonna agree with the Lord on anything, amen, because He knows the best for us. But I definitely come in agreement with this dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next one was gay community, homosexuality community. In the dream, I saw like a college, like school.
Yeah.
So it was in the school, and I was able to see the written on the wall. The written on the wall that says, praying to God. Written on the wall that says, praying to God. So I saw a gay community that you see that they're like, one guy was like, that's why I hate Christians. So I was like, why do you say that? Why do you hate Christians? Because they always talk about prayer, like, they're doing too much. So I was like, but I'm a Christian, yeah, there is nothing bad in praying. Everybody needs to pray, and everybody needs to stand in God's will and God's plan, and to be faithful with God. So that's what I was trying to say. So he started being offensive. You know how when you tell them, most of them, about God, they want to,
defensive.
Then at that time, I was just watching. Then you can see how it was only him, and all of a sudden, it was a lot of them. So you see how there were just people were joining to that same one person, because what he said was making sense to them. A lot of young kids these days don't even want to hear anything about God. So when he was saying that and professing that he's gay, you could see a lot of people just came out, young kids that came out like being friends with that same person. Then I was on the side like, wow, is that how this college or this school is going to be turning into it? Then in the dream, I could tell that immediately that they join in with this guy, every one of them become gay. Yeah. Every one of them become lesbians immediately. So when I was watching that, then I have to pray. I have to pray for them. So when I was praying for them, God began to show me a sign that is making these people to believe what they're believing, and it's not right. How they're spreading the news or these lies or this fake thing concerning LGBTQ.
LGBTQ, something like that. I don't know.
So I saw the color, the label green. and I don't know. I've never looked up what green is all about in the and Google or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like a sellotape, sellotape,
Okay. Tape.
tape green,
Okay. Green
and
tape.
that's love. Green is all about agape love. So
Okay.
I was like, wow, is that what they're trying to look for? They're trying to look for love. They're trying so much, but they're doing it in the wrong way, in the
Yeah.
wrong path.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, wow. And it what triggered me so much was how it was spreading in the college.
Yes.
How the whole thing was spreading so bad, so quick. I have to, in the dream, I have to just left area because
Yeah.
it was uncontrollable. The spirit, that level was going out. It's like it was like a spirit.
Yeah.
When that spirit attached to you, it will keep on circulating to others.
Yeah.
You keep on. They started convincing a lot of people, and it's so crazy. We watch news, we watch, we go on Facebook, you go on YouTube, all these places. You see how they're announcing this homosexuality.
Yeah.
This is so crazy.
Yeah.
And I woke up from that dream. I was like, wow,
Too much.
this is crazy.
Yeah, it's getting too much. It's getting too much, And the way they're kind of like manipulating people with this whole homosexuality agenda is that if you don't like it, then you're what's it called, racist,
Yeah,
or I don't know the word for it, but this is and nobody want to be called racist, and no one wants to be a part of the hate group
yeah,
because that's what they're manipulating
yeah,
people to believe. It's a hate group. Um, you know, they manipulate people. You're automatically racist. Those
yeah,
are two strong words that are rising up in America, and
yeah,
nobody want to be called that, a hate
yeah,
group,
yeah,
and that's just a manipulative thing. It's controlling people, and when you agree with sin, you are a part of it.
yeah,
Um, I think we have to, as parents, strengthen our children
yeah,
to know that this is the plan of the enemy.
yeah,
This is the plan of the enemy,
yeah,
and I noticed that even when you come against it, the it's just so. What's his name? I forgot his name. Little Nas.
yeah,
Even the gay community is in disagreement with what he's doing.
yeah,
And then the gay community is fighting against other gay people, saying, "Oh, you just hate yourself." I mean, it's getting so bad that you can't disagree with what they're doing on television. You can't disagree with nothing, and I feel like we need to come back and be proud of
yeah,
being a Christian again.
yeah,
They're proud to do their thing. We need to have our voice.
yeah.
We need to say we don't agree with it. If
Yeah.
you want to call me a part of a hate group, or if you
Have
want to
fun
call
with
me,
it.
have fun with it. But I know in my heart that I don't have no hate towards no group. My thing is that would love everyone to go to heaven. I don't want nobody to go into damnation. Okay. But I think that we as Christians have to stand on our ground.
Mm-hmm.
We need to teach our children the right thing,
Yeah,
and we need to tell them to be strong as well,
yeah,
because it's getting out of control.
yeah,
We need to pray for our colleges.
mm-hmm.
The Lord showed me, and it's not even really about homosexuality. We need to tell these kids that it's not good to have sex outside of marriage.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's getting to the point that girls feel like they can sleep with multiple men, that men can, or boys can sleep with multiple women, and now that diseases are rising up, and they're having orgies with different sexes, and then now it's the same sex. They're just having sex with the same sex. All of it is wrong.
Yeah. We've got to let them know that this is sin.
Sin.
And it's so crazy because Christians are taking like they get their feelings hurt
Yeah.
when they hear the word sin.
Yes.
And a lot of preachers are pleasing a lot of them. You hardly hear them preach about sin.
Yeah.
But that's the most important thing.
Well, it's like people get offended nowadays.
Yeah.
And people need to be offended.
Yeah, period.
You just need to be offended, period. Okay? They get offended if you tell the LGBT community that they're in sin. They act like that they got stabbed in the heart somewhere or they about to die. And it's not the case. Look, it's a sin. Even when I was having sexual relations with outside of marriage, I knew I was in sin.
Yeah.
Would I get offended if somebody said you're in sin, Monic? Absolutely, I'll get offended. But at least you tell me the truth.
Yeah.
You know,
The
it's
truth will set you free.
It's a lot of that. Murdering is a sin. Like it's gonna. I hope we don't get to the point, the point that. If you tell a murderer that they were a murderer, that they will get offended, and you know, it's like it's getting really bad. Everybody.
That's a good point. Like, yes. Wow.
Everything is getting offended, and if you hurt somebody's feeling, or the way the world is now is like, I identify as a female type of crap. Well, how about this? I identify myself as a Christian, and I don't play into sin. And I feel like if they feel like they can be whatever they want to be, like it's getting to the point, it's like I identify myself as a car, that we have to agree with what they stand on. Like I'm a car. You got to put gas in me every once in a while. Like that's the way the world is going. Like whatever I want to be is what I want to be. Even, like a Caucasian man can say he's black now. Well, that's what he identify as.
Yeah.
No, we need to tell people the straight truth. Whatever you was born with is what you are. I don't care if you identify as a dude and you have female parts. You are a female, period. Point blank. That's just the way the world is, and you got to get over it. All of them need to get over it. Everybody's getting their feelings hurt. Absolutely, get your feelings hurt. Because mental illness is really rising up.
Yeah.
And I think people is putting a little baby on it.
Yeah.
People need to woman up and man up. Tell these people the truth. And if they want to cry in the closet, let them cry in the closet. Okay?
If a family member, like I'm straightforward, a family member, you are gay or lesbian, and you come to my church or you come to where I'm teaching, I'll tell you that's a sin.
It's a sin.
It don't make me to stop loving you. It's a sin, period.
Period.
You stealing is a sin.
Yes.
You lying is a sin.
Absolutely.
Whatever is a sin.
It's a
and
sin.
That's the end of it.
That's just the end of it. I don't understand why you can't. They get upset. People need to get upset. Discipline needs to come back. I hear the Lord say that. Discipline needs to come back. It needs to come back in the churches. Yeah. It needs to come back in the schools. Yeah. It needs to come back. Parents need to know how to discipline. It is okay for your child to. It's okay for you to say no to your child.
Yeah.
It is very okay.
Yeah.
That's where discipline come in. What did the Bible say? He corrects who he loves.
That made me to, what you just said made me to remember when one of my son, he started working and he saved money and he bought him a phone. Mm-hmm. So when he bought the phone, he thought, okay, because when they were using the phone that we bought them, I do take it away from them. Yeah. So when he bought the phone, he thought, okay, he got this.
Yes, he thought like, this is my phone. I bought it with my own money, so nobody can't say nothing to me. Yeah.
So when he acted up, I took the phone and I smashed it.
He sure did.
Like you gotta let them know that hey, you still need to be corrected.
Yes.
By your parents. You still need to let them know, like, hey, what I'm doing to you, I want you to pass it by to your children.
Right.
Teach them right.
Yes.
There's nothing bad about it. Teach them right. Spank them. If it's time to spank, do the right thing.
Yes.
Then know the right thing to do. And, okay, if they are doing something wrong, then know, okay, I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, they need to know between good and bad, and yes and no. Yeah. They need to know. And it's getting to the point that It's every generation is getting worse and worse. The generation is becoming like little infants and
Yep.
babies and stuff. And it's time that we just look at this and realize where this is going.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, even when our daughters have children and we feel like they're not doing as what they're supposed to do,
Yeah.
we need to say something. That's why grandparents are
Yeah.
grandparents, great grandparents are great parents, is to correct the youth.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because if I see our grandchildren in the future acting out, I'll be like, what are y'all doing? You're not teaching your child. You know, you can't just let them do what they want to do, or they will run over you. And
Yeah.
this is how it's getting.
Yeah.
This generation is running over the world.
It's crazy.
It looked like the school system. I know the kids be getting like they getting so tired of certain things, but it looked like the kids are just taking over the public system, and the parents are taking up for their children, and you don't really know who your child is. You know,
Yeah.
the teachers know who the children really are. Children are different
Yeah.
in school than in home, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's just getting out of control.
I saw I saw something on the internet on Facebook that happened in Africa. This young kid was, I think he tried to beat the mother, or I think the mother. He was beating up the mother
It's crazy.
because of how he was trained. You know, this is how if you train them wrong, they beat you.
Yeah.
So then the youth heard about it. The grown youth heard about it. And they tied him up on the tree.
Yeah.
They tied this young kid up on the tree and whoop. I wish I can find that video. And
Because
link
obviously
link video.
the mother didn't train him right, so
Yeah.
now the whole neighborhood has to get involved, and that's the thing. Oh my God, I want people to wake up. If people are not training their child right, now the community have to put up with it.
Yeah.
You know, look. I'm gonna say this. Sometimes you can train your children from A, B, and C. They don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
They want to
At least do a part.
at least do your part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know children don't want to listen to parents. Sometimes I do get that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't make it any excuse. Don't put the blame. Don't let God look at you and be like, it's all your fault, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try your best.
Yeah.
But it has gotten out of control. And
I saw one. I think 2 years ago. A young kid slapping the mom on video, and people, and the mother was shaking. A little kid that I think he was like around 4 or 5 years old, and the mother was crying, shaking because the boy was acting out.
And some of these new parents don't. Sometimes they just don't get it because they don't want to listen to older ladies' advice.
Yeah.
They don't want to listen. I wish more young ladies would be a little bit more humble and listen to older women's advice concerning children. I've had 5 children. So yes, I'm going to definitely be one of the mothers who was going to say something, be like, listen, these kids are smarter than what you think.
Yeah.
When they're infants, they already know how to play you. They know when to cry, when not to cry. They already smart coming out your womb.
Yeah.
And I don't think some parents, new parents, understand that. They need to know what yes and no is.
Yeah.
Even if you have pets in your home and you don't have any children, even pets can't just do what they want to do. They'll tear up your shoes. They'll tear up your whole home. You have to discipline pets.
Yeah.
So if you discipline pets, you definitely have to discipline your infant. Not as in, I'm not talking about like beating your infant, but just saying like, no. Give them that stern look, no, or yes,
Yeah.
They smarter than what you think.
Yeah.
They smart, y'all.
Yeah.
And I noticed that this new generation, they just think that kids can just let my kids do anything. I mean, I've heard some stories where the parents are smoking weed with their children, and I'm really so shocked about that.
Yeah.
It's like just the whole liberal lifestyle does not get you nowhere.
Ooh.
And a lot of them, because we have talked to some, a young man. He's in prison right now, and he has always been like, I need this discipline from y'all
Yeah.
because my mother didn't do it. She didn't give me a yes or no.
Yeah.
She treated me like a friend, and I didn't need that. That's why I'm in trouble now, because I didn't get the discipline that I deserved.
Yeah.
And that was his case. Every time is, everybody's case is different, but
Yeah.
we treat him like a son,
Yeah.
and we get on to him, and he loves it, and he's like, I need somebody to keep it
Yeah.
real with me.
Yeah.
And that's what I know, is some kids don't really want. They say they don't want discipline, but deep down in their heart they do.
They do.
They need discipline because
They do.
if they get a job or they go to college, you're not around all the time. They need to know direction.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna get direction from somewhere.
Yeah.
If they go into the world, they just used to getting away with everything. Then guess who's gonna discipline them? The courtroom,
Yeah.
the jail cell, and that's where you don't want it to be at.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just need to pray for this whole world,
I know.
this whole world, and stay on top of teaching your child against sin. Raise them in the word of God, and don't let them be strong and bold. Like we gotta, as Christians, we gotta be like, yes, homosexuality is wrong. Period.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's not of God, and that's just the way it's gonna be.
And I can't
And
wait
it's not gonna change.
And I can't wait for God to really wake this whole world up with something great that will shake everyone. I cannot wait.
Yes.
Let's see.
I know
It will happen.
It will. It will. God ain't playing no more. Listen, if you haven't subscribed to Henry and Money, go ahead and do so. You know why? Because it will automatically
Make you a cool Christian.
Because cool Christians,
We hang out over here. God bless you all. We love you guys. Bye, y'all.
Bye.